Hello everyone, Espurr here. Now, what is the game on Inkblot TC? We're watching the Heavy Splatling. Something to note though. Two things. One, this comp sucks. You have 3 anchors and you're up against 1. Uh, well, I guess Flingza isn't really an anchor, it's more just a missile bot. But anyways, other thing. Heavy is in the backline. It's a midline anchor. You want to test that? Alright, wait, play. There we go. You want to test that? You go... What is it? Bamboo has more range than... Slightly more range than Heavy. And since Bamboo is a midline, Heavy is also a midline. Now, let's see. So your plan here seems to be checking the stacks. That's fine. Now, I'd say... Because your team has like 3... 2.5 anchors, you probably want to drop down. You're not covering any new angles by staying up here, and because your weapon is capable of actually fighting, fight. Your team already has an anchor, so you need to try to do something else. Unless you think your anchor isn't going to hit their shots, which it's not a fair assumption to make right off the bat. Usually you want to assume that your teammates are actually competent, and then, compensate if they show that they aren't. Here, the leaders looks like they're doing fine, but we're not talking about the leader. Let's see. Pop that. All right, time to push. You know, there's 2 down. 2 down. You're at 1. It's time to do something. This guy's weak. There we go. Let's take some space. Let's take some space. Let's take more space. We can get more than this. That guy shouldn't have even dropped. Or no, rather, they should have dropped, but then you should have immediately killed him. But because you didn't take enough space, they didn't. You guys should have already been pushing to the checkpoint by now. But because you didn't take enough space, you didn't. Alright, let's see. Or rather, you didn't move quick enough. That's the main thing. You didn't take the space quick enough. Because you didn't recognize that you could. Anyways, you need to be at mid-run, like, you know, 5 seconds, not 5, 3 seconds before you actually were. Anyways, let's see. So you're gonna paint around. Your plan, it would be great if you weren't the only anchor. Sad. Like, the fact that you're not the only anchor means you have to play differently. If you go with the same game plan when your team has like 2 anchors, you're going to be stepping on the other anchor's toes, or rather like doing the same things that they're doing, which kind of means there's no point to you being there. You only really need 1 anchor. So you need to and because your weapon, here's the thing, because your weapon can be aggressive and can fight like now, like what you just did, I'd recommend that you be like, play, I don't want to say like a Nod, but play like a Splatling, really. Like a really aggressive Splatling. Alright, let's see. Here we go. Okay, you're taking a fair amount of heat, but because you're a heavy, you can take it. Alright. Take this guy out. Where's the leader? Where's the leader? Give that, have that, and it gives you a little bit of cover. I'd advise not to extend past the wave breaker when you're on tower, because that's cover, and if you go past it, you're giving up your cover, especially when there's a leader there, and especially when you don't know where the leader is. Alright, let's see. So, no, unnecessary. Okay, whatever. Now, let's see. So you know there's 3... Is there... Yeah, there's 3 to the right and 1 to the left. Okay, now there's just 3 to the right. How well are you watching? You're watching a flank. Okay. Yeah. You don't take him out, but that's fine. What? It would have been okay if we just secured the position. But because you realize that... Now, I didn't know as well, but because your left flank was open, I guess it wasn't okay. But still, you traded it out. That was fine. Anyways, I'd say you can't really... It might have just been a leader, but the leader might have also been protected. I think staying here was actually the best spot. Because I was thinking maybe you could have pushed the leader, but no. You didn't know enough about what was happening. Let's see. So you do get taken out. How do you recover, though? What is your plan? Let's see. So I think holding this position is okay. Dropping from the position is not okay. Okay. But the enemy gives you the tower. I guess that works. Alright, but regardless. So what the Splatling player wanted help with was them getting tunnel visioned, and they just don't really think about what they're doing. I can kind of see that, but I wasn't really seeing a lot of tunnel visioning. I was more so just seeing, like, not knowing how to play when you have another anchor. Because that's the thing that's going to have to happen. If you want to play an anchor weapon on, like, solo queue, you have to know how to play the game when there's another anchor on your team. If you don't know that, you're not going to get far. And it's an unfortunate thing of Splatoon. But regardless, they did ask for general advice for backlines. So more so, I think what's going to be more applicable is advice on just splatling in general. So as a splatling, you can dance pretty easily between being an anchor, well, as a heavy splatling, not as a hydra. You can dance pretty easily between like being a full-on anchor and actually, you know, a fighter. In this situation, you'd want to be more of a fighter, but there are other situations where you want to be more of an anchor. It really depends on the situation. I'd highly recommend paying attention to the situation and seeing, okay, does my team need a fighter or does it need an anchor at the moment? It needs a fighter when when there's a push going on, and you know you want to help out. And in general, it needs an anchor whenever we need to hold a position. But yeah, that's it for today. See y'all.